Welcome back everyone to episode 8 of Strategy and Stratagems Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Expansion YouTube series. Today we continue our campaign as the Roman civilization. And where we left off last time is realizing that Poland to our north has become the central threat on this continent as they're starting to bully Norway to our west. But at the same time, we're still focusing on this long and protracted war against the American civilization. And we were able to complete one of our grand strategic objectives by settling a city in Antium to get access to the eastern coast, from where we are going to explore out into the ocean and see if there are new lands to conquer and expand to, as well as get access maybe to the southern coast of the continent here, closer to the Japanese civilization. So currently in terms of domestic construction projects, what we're doing in Rome is we are recruiting a spearman unit for completing the quest for Auckland, or was it Zanzibar? I think it was Auckland down here. Their quest is to train a spearman unit, which is quite easy to do. So we're going to do that. Then we are switching Pingala over to Rome, our science and culture governor. And this particular governor has the researcher capability with which we're going to build the library. And then we also, last episode, recruited Magnus the Steward. And we are now currently positioning Magnus in around Ravenna to be able to break down some of these, to maximize the tile removement of these jungles. Excuse me. And I think the idea was also that we're going to, after we built the library, we're going to switch Magnus back to Rome and try to get the Great Library, since we are building since we have access to the campus district, and there are quite a few woods tiles that need to be cleared out. And Magnus can definitely help with speeding up the construction of the Great Library, which should improve our scientific capabilities as well. We're also slowly upgrading our warriors into legions, so that we have an edge over the American civilization to the south. And we're going to have access to catapults once we have researched engineering. And once we have catapults, Washington and then Baltimore won't last long from the onslaught of Roman legions. So without further ado, let us continue onwards. So just to reiterate, we're going to use Pingala to build the library. Once we've built the library, we're probably going to recruit a single catapult. And then while the catapult is being built or recruited, we're going to switch Pingala probably to either Ravenna or Antium, depending where we're going to build our next campus, probably Ravenna. And then we're going to switch Magnus to Rome to increase or optimize our capabilities of removing these these particular tiles. So this builder here to the south of Rome is going to run over to across the river here, build a mine, and then we're going to leave them to remove all these woods tiles. We might even end up, instead of going for a catapult, we might build another builder as we're preparing to get the Great Library. And Ravenna is currently constructing the encampment district, so that I think in the future we're going to build the terracotta army in Ravenna to get a promotion for all our forces. And Antium is just currently, building a granary to get the production, as Antium is a relatively small city with access to a lot of food. Little production capabilities here, but once we expand sort of towards this coral reef and into the woods and the jungle here, as well as to this ivory, production should sort of figure itself out in Antium. especially once we get the watermill as well. That should help with production capabilities. Okay, without further ado, let us keep rolling forward. So, the American civilization has come to us multiple times and asked us for a peace treaty, and we have rejected because, oh, hello, interesting. They asked us for a peace treaty, and that is not something that we're interested in, since we would like to take over the American civilization and basically wipe them off the face of the earth. Because there's absolutely no reason for them to be surviving in this lush jungle area where we can build our own campuses. Alright. Let's see, who's promoted? This legion. We want to go take over the settler before anything else happens. And this warrior is in danger of getting wrecked by these archers. So do we use the legion here to take out the archers and then send the warrior down to take over the settlers? Or do we bring in our own archers here? Okay, let's focus. So Kandi has sided with Jadwiga, and technically we are at war with Poland, but we haven't had any military action between our civilizations yet. It's mostly been sort of proxy Kandi versus Rome. Right. Kandi, right, okay. So let's clear out these Kandi warriors so that they're not worrying us anymore. Beautiful. If we run that archer over, we're gonna see where this American settler is going to go. He's probably marching either eastwards or to the north of Antium because the AI is weird that way. So we're gonna pop the archer onto the hill, and then we're gonna bring, let's see, well, currently we're in striking distance. If the settler moves eastward, the archer can pursue them and try to take them over. So I think we use the legion to clear out these archers. Then this builder, gonna run over, build that mine over there. Or do we leave this builder, because we're gonna build the Great Library right here, and then we're gonna build the theater or the culture district right here to get bonuses from these two districts as well as the Great Library. So I'm actually thinking we're gonna leave this builder alive, or not use the build uses, and run the builder over here to clear out that forest once Magnus gets over there. Okay, Harald Hardrada has negotiated peace with Jadwiga. Interesting. I wonder if that's a possibility. Let's see, what if they give us that, and they want gold per turn? What if we simply just make peace? However, I'd love to destroy the Kandi forces, because that's basically just farming experience points for our army. So maybe let's defeat the armies of Kandi before we... these two armies here, or these two units of warriors. We'll destroy them, and then we'll make peace with Poland. Okay, good. And this warrior can run back here and fortify until healed. Plus we're saving up money to upgrade them as well. So just take a quick look at the great generals. Currently Poland is getting more points, but we're slightly ahead. Great admirals, no one's even close to getting great admiral. Great engineer, no one close. Great merchant, we are far away from getting great merchants. Great scientist, I think once we get the Great Library, things will be much better in terms of getting great scientists, and then nobody's getting any of the culture. Great people, of course, they come much later. Okay, good. Very good. Let's keep going. We might end up, wow, Kandy just sacked their own, they just sacked their own, well, okay, the Kandy basically did the work for us. Okay, at this point, let's ask for peace with Poland, because I don't want any, surprise, northern incursions from Poland. So let's see, could we get ivory? I'm not going to pay 12 gold per turn just to get ivory, so let's just go with normal peace. Since we didn't even fight at all. But I'm not going to send a delegation nor declare friendship. Yep. And we're going to try to paint ourselves as the victim, so hopefully Poland at some point will declare war on us later. Okay, this legion, tortoise defending against range attacks, can scale cliff walls. Amphibious, Zweihander, sort of against spearmen versus urban warfare. None of these are all that good. The Zweihander is quite good. Sort of that's about 30% of melee units are anti-cavalry units, or like 25%. So that's pretty good. The amphibious is quite nice as well. So if we go commando, can scale cliff walls. The tortoise is quite good as well. It makes us more resilient. Elite Guard is also excellent as well. Do we just try to go down the line Commando Zweihander Elite Guard? Or do we sort of make this particular unit more buff and strong with Tortoise and then go Commando Zweihander Elite Guard? I think we rush for Elite Guard because that's a really powerful ability. So let's go Commando. And we're going to call this we'll call this Legio Candia, or Candium, since this legion was the first to defeat 2 entire armies of Candian armies. Excellent. Great. Right, so we completed the quest for Auckland. So now we have an extra envoy for them. Great. Right, now Pingala's in Rome, which will speed up construction of the library, which is great, and that's what we're going to do. And then after we build the library, we're probably then after that going to maybe build a builder, or again the catapult. Build a builder, recruit a builder, and switch Magnus over to Rome afterwards. Okay, so the spearmen, we're going to post the spearmen to the northern border of Poland and see what's going on, because I'm concerned about this area since we have no intelligence to Bydgoszcz. Okay, this legion needs a promotion, battle cry. Then this archer. Okay, the American settlers sort of retreated back into Washington, which is fine. We'll keep this archer near the encampment so that we can keep an eye out on the building encampment, so we can keep an eye out on this open area, see if any American troops are marching towards Ravenna. And then this archer on Antium or in Antium. Ooh, Arrowstorm versus Garrison. I'm not so hot about Garrison because it's sort of a defensive capability. So I'm going to go with Arrowstorm. So it's range strength versus land and naval units, which is basically the majority of enemies. So we're going to go with Arrowstorm. And we're going to call this the first cohorse. Or first cohorse Sagittarii. Sagittari. Excellent. Just adding a little bit of a historical naming flair to the Roman military here. So first cohort Sagittari and the first Legio, I don't know how to pronounce Latin numbers unfortunately, so Legio 1 Candium. Excellent. Great, let's keep moving. They want peace and they're going to give us tons of gold and amber. Ooh, interesting. I suppose we can take this fake peace for the time being and get as much gold out of the United States as possible. Let's try to spice up the deal a bit more, shall we? 50 gold. Okay, 40 gold. 30 gold. 30 gold. Okay, what about we go to 25 gold? Because they said yes to 20, what about 25? No, they don't like it. Okay, then let's just do 20. Okay. Yeah, let's take this temporary peace and just don't want them to use that settler there if it starts moving northwards. It might end up going southwards towards Japan because that's a safer area, which is better. I suppose for them better, worse for me. Yeah, let's accept the deal. Let's try to get as much gold out of the United States, the American civilization. But again, they're not going to last very long. And we're going to keep an eye out on the American civilization because they've already settled a secret city down south closer to Babylon. So we're going to shift our legions down southwards and sort of go on a scouting mission or deploy them in such a way that we have line of sight on what the American civilization is doing. This legion we can bring over to the iron. Then this archer and Antium can stick around for the time being. Good. Maybe even bring them closer to Washington. There isn't much area to be using archers against Washington. So, because we'll probably put the catapult here and put the archers here, and the rest will be legions attacking across the river. Not nice. So we'll keep the archers in Antium posted there for the time being. Act as a garrison. Okay. So soon, since we're getting tribute out of Teddy Roosevelt, we'll be able to upgrade our warriors soon to legions. Good.
Thanks for keeping the peace on the continent. Bully for you!
No, Teddy, bully for you. You're paying me for keeping the peace, so bully for you. We're just happily accepting your tribute that you voluntarily gave us. I'm interested to see what Norway is going to do, especially since they lost their capital. Though loyalty in Nidaros is going down, there might be rebellion in Nidaros. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna keep this warrior asleep until we get to work on the Great Library. run the spearman. Okay, so there's sheep pastures. Okay. Good, good. Okay, now we can upgrade this warrior to the legion. So now we have 4 legions. Very strong. It's basically stronger than anything the American civilization can provide in terms of military power, which is great. What about Rome's housing? Rome's housing is okay because we built a granary. Plus probably going to start building farms once we get some more builders. Let me just quickly take a look at my policies. Gauge for melee right range units. That's good. That's the extra production. Right. That's okay for the time being. Diplomatic League, that's good for now. Conscription is good for now as well, so that we... Right. Everything's going good so far. Okay, the spearman is going to hold up here. Act as our northern scout, and then this spearman here is going to run over to Sharpsburg and get some line of sight onto the Norwegian lands. Good. Okay, right, so Magnus now is in Ravenna. He's not going to stay there for long. Let's see. It's going to be 2 turns to get to a catapult. Let's try to reduce the amount of production here. Still going to be just 1 turn. Let's see. Okay, Ravenna is currently... We can pump back the food production here because we want Ravenna to grow a bit more. Let's see, in 5 turns... So Pingala is going to switch over with Magnus as soon as the library is finished. Okay. So it's basically a next turn we're going to do a governor shuffle, basically. Yeah, sure. Thanks for your delegation, Poland, that we're not going to like anyways. Someone's finished
People
the
who cannot find
pyramids,
time for
that's okay.
recreation are sooner or later to find time for illness.
Insulae, we don't really need Insulae, nor do we need amenities, because we're currently doing quite well. We have +2 in Rome, +1 in Ravenna, and +3 in Antium, so we're good for the time being. Okay, let's just take a quick look from amenities. We have 3 amenities from luxury resources, probably from the Amber or the Tea. Let's see, 2, 4, 5. Because I think the amenities capabilities or the bonuses spread out for 6 hexes outward, so Antium gets the bonus from T. And probably... Yeah, it's probably from the T. Okay. And probably surplus luxury resources as well, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, okay. So now we can get to work. I suppose we can actually get to work on the Great Library now, and then once Magnus gets switched over in 5 turns, then we'll get the yield bonuses. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get going on the Great Library. Then Pingala is going to switch to Ravenna. And then Magnus is going to run over to Rome. And then in 5 turns, we're going to maximize Magnus's capabilities of Groundbreaker for removing all these features. And then Pingala will help build the campus district. Why do you want a theater square district? What is going on, advisor? Anyways, we're going to build the campus district probably once Pingala gets switched over to Ravenna. good. And then this archer can just stay put. Right. Okay, so far no other nasty developments currently. Government, I think we can actually switch the economic policy out. Let's see. The military policies are currently fine. Thinking we go Ilcum to increase the production of our builders, since we're sort of lagging a little bit behind in that. Let's see. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. It's quite good, but not really interested in that currently. Diplomatic policy is okay. Literary tradition. We're going to keep conscription currently, though we might do this. Because we're not really recruiting any new units now. We're gonna recruit one catapult, but I think one is enough, and I don't think we actually even need the production buff or bonus. I'm thinking we're gonna do this. We're gonna switch conscription to our main military policy, and then maybe bring in literary tradition for a wildcard policy, and then switch out urban planning for Ilcum for producing builders quicker, or maybe even Corvée to get the Great Library produced immediately, or as fast as possible. Hmm. Decisions. I would like the Great Library very much. Since it gives us first of all more science, but also great scientist points. And in terms of great scientists, I mean, we're further away than anyone else, or most everyone else, from getting a great scientist, but that will change once we get the Great Library. So I'm thinking for policies, we actually do Corvée, then switch conscription to the military policy, and then either do Ilcum for the wild card policy, or do we do literary tradition? Just quickly take a look at great writers. Japan is on the way, and someone else is on the way. And then the Great Library is going to give us great writer points. Because culture is sort of also our gig, since we're getting more culture than we are getting the science. So I'm thinking, so conscription to a Gauge, because we have a sufficient army right now. Then I'm thinking Corvée to speed up production on the Great Library. And then diplomatic policy is okay. And then the decision here is either we go with Ilcum or literary tradition. I'm sort of leaning towards literary tradition to get work on some great works. Just take a quick look at our upgrade situation, or improvement situation. So Ravenna needs more farms, and will also expand to the gems. Rome is sort of also expanding and has quite a lot of empty land, especially towards the west, where we can build mines. And then Antium hasn't been touched at all. So I'm thinking, so Antium needs to produce the city center buildings, so it's probably going to be the granary plus the watermill. And then I think actually with Ravenna, we're going to build a builder right after we finish the encampment. Or we're going to go into the campus to maximize Pingala. I don't quite know yet. because the Great Library is going to take some time. It might come out to be like 10 turns or something once we clear out these woods and apply corvée. Though we're not in really any particular rush for upgrades, right? Or improvements. Antium's housing is going to become a problem relatively soon. I think we can go with the literary tradition. Yeah. For the time being. If anything, we can switch policies in about 5 turns once we research the next civic, so that should be good. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's just quickly check our civics tree. We're heading towards defensive tactics. Right, and then we were going to decide what we're going to do, either into feudalism, civil service, or into mercenaries. Because I really like that trade confederation ability. Once we clear out America, we'll have access to Japan, and we can sort of start trading in greater fashion with them. I think that could be a good idea. Let's see. Okay, once we research defensive tactics, then we'll think about either mercenaries or towards feudalism. But if we do mercenaries, we're going to go to feudalism anyway, so got to keep that in mind. All right. Right, these legions can go into the woods, hold up there. We'll take positions on the hill, so this is fine. How's Sharpsburg doing? Let's go take a look at this area here along this river. So far, no new cities from Poland. I can almost see a Polish city popping up right here where we wanted to originally settle. But we'll see. We might end up, probably long term, I see us fighting a war against both Norway and Poland for the control of this western coast, which is what we want. I want access to both the east and the west coasts of this continent. Well, it's actually a dual continent, but I call it one. It's just one big landmass. Okay, let's keep rolling.
Normal people believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Engineer.
Right, okay, so 16 turns until the Great Library is constructed, which is great. And now we have access to catapults, so maybe Ravenna will build a catapult before anything else. So it's 17 turns. That's why we sort of need builders right now, since there is very little production going on in Ravenna as it is. Our main production center is actually Rome. Let's in fact buff up our production to speed up the Great Library even further. How long would it take to build a catapult? 7 turns. Almost, it's 2.5 times faster than Ravenna. Quite insane. Quite insane. Alright, well Norway's sort of just chillin'. Okay. Tech. So we researched engineering, now we're going to go into construction. So that it's going to go horseback riding into construction. And we're going to build a watermill quite soon. We're going to build it probably in Antium. So that'll be probably 5 turns, and then that'll be cut in half. Or not cut in half, cut by a third. So probably from 14 down to 9 or 10 turns. So it'll be 15 turns total to get construction, and we can build the terracotta army in Ravenna. There we go. And then we'll work on currency afterwards. Or currency apprenticeship kind of thing. We want military at the moment because we're still looking hungrily at the American civilization, so Declare Golden Age War. How long is the Ancient Era going to last? Maximum of 36 turns. Okay. Well, first of all, we're gonna denounce the American civilization as a preparation for war. Okay. When could we buy a builder? It'll take a while. Okay. Okay. Zanzibar is interesting, has held out so far against the Norwegian onslaught. Just to take a quick look, Kandi Jadwiga holds suzerainty over it. Mohenjo-daro, Harold, okay, Muscat, Jadwiga, of course. Then Auckland is Hojo Tokumune. Then Zanzibar, also Hojo Tokumune. And what about Babylon? Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, so our main allies are, or sources of friendship, are Muscat and Auckland. Probably focus our attention then to those two city-states for envoys. Okay, I think we're gonna bring the spearmen back and hold them up on the hill here or in these jungles. Okay, construction, Ravenna. 16 turns to build a catapult. Ugh. Nasty. Everything's really slow. I think a watermill basically is what we need here. Let's see, that'll take 11 turns, and here it'll take 26 turns. So long, so long. Okay, I think we do get started on that watermill, because we need that production bonus, at least for Ravenna. So go with the watermill. Then we're going to actually bring the legions together. So we're going to form them up around here, or 1, 2, 3. We might sort of sneak them over the river to attack Washington from behind so that we don't have to face off against the wall. So we're going to bring the legions closer. This legion is going to go here, so we can bring this legion around. Okay. Okay, next turn Magnus will be settled down in Rome, and we'll be able to use our builders. Excellent. Very good. A new settlement, Tokyo. My troops are just passing by, Teddy. No problem. Limes and Bastions, we're not interested in any of these. Where's Tokyo? All the way up here near Mohenjo-daro. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So I'm thinking we're actually going to go towards mercenaries rather than civil service. I'm less interested in retainers and an alliance than I am in serfdom, possibly feudal contract, as well as this farm improvement, where 3 farms all positioned close together get huge food bonuses. So yeah, we're going to go mercenaries. So that means military tradition, military training, then feudalism. Oh wait, no, it's going to be military tradition, feudalism, and military training. And in fact, to speed that up, we need to build 6 farms. And how many farms do we have currently? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need a couple more farms. Okay. Let's see. Magnus, could we improve you? 20% growth in the city. Your trade routes ending here provide +2 food to their starting city. Okay. And then this is for an industrial zone, which we're not ready yet for. What about Pingala? Connoisseur, that would help with the theater square production. And then per turn in the city. Okay. What if we go with Amani? Can be assigned to city-state where she acts as 2 envoys. Okay, other cities with 9 tiles, right? Emissary, prestige, promoter, affluence. Okay, not really interested in the diplomat. There aren't any particular... I mean, putting a diplomat in Kandy would be nice, because it's sort of a northern buffer towards Poland. And then Zanzibar might not be bad either. What about Liang? All builders trained in city get +1 build charge. We get aquaculture automatically, it seems. I like Liang quite a bit, actually, especially for an expansive or an expansionary civilization, which we are playing as. Liang adds extra production capabilities or production values to city center buildings. And the zoning commissioner is really good. And then amusement sort of later on. Because I'm sort of thinking putting Liang in Antium. Or do we just upgrade Magnus / Pingala? I'm not interested in Victor the Castellan because he's a defensive. Yeah, he's a defensive governor. And again, the Cardinal, not interested. About Reina. Acquire new tiles in city faster, foreign exchange. That comes later. Tax collector. It's pretty good. Thinking we go Liang for Antium, actually. They're going surplus logistics into industrialists is quite good. Let's go with Liang. I'm gonna put Liang in Antium currently. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, then this legion is going to go here, and this legion will go here. Good. In preparation for an attack on Washington. Okay, now this builder can work on removing tiles. Excellent. Then we're going to run this builder over to this woods tile to speed up production on the Great Library. So far, so good. Right, so we need 2 more farms constructed.
No hour of life is wasted.
And then in 9 turns we're going to have the watermill, which would probably give us access to the terracotta army afterwards. Okay. I'm actually going to keep this legion on the cattle here. This legion is going to pause. This legion is going to run over there. It's being constructed here. Campus district, probably? Yep, campus district. We can recruit a builder very soon. which I'm highly looking forward to. Probably build a farm here and here, or a farm here and here, just to get moving on that feudalism civic quicker. Or maybe for Rome, actually. See, what's Rome's housing? 7 out of 10, that's okay. 5 out of 9. Antium 3 out of 5. Yeah, a little bit tricky there. Might want to build the farms in Antium first. Though, with Antium, we're going to build the granary very soon. Which is going to slow down the population growth. Yep. Probably Ravenna. I'm thinking Ravenna. We'll build the farms in Ravenna. One there and one there. Someone built Apadana. Good for them. No one's gonna get the Great Library, though.
Is being the only one who knows you're afraid.
Maneuver Stratagos. Not interested in Stratagos. We're probably gonna get a Great General based on just pure war and our encampments anyway, so that's unnecessary. Okay, next turn we're gonna recruit the builder in Ravenna. Or, let's see, Liang's ability is all builders trained in cities. So probably we're actually going to purchase it in Antium, which will give the builder 1 extra charge. And then we can run the builder over to Ravenna. Very good. Heck, I think we don't even need to remove the woods here in Rome and actually use this builder to build a... Heck, let's build a farm north of Rome. I mean, in 5 turns, I doubt anybody's going to build it. Though, I think removing the woods is a better idea just to make sure that Rome gets the Great Library so that nobody steals it from under our noses. Yeah, we'll do that. Good. Any new cities? Yeah, America just settled a new city south of Babylon. I'm just interested in taking Washington and either burning down Baltimore or also taking it. I'm not so concerned about the 2 cities near Babylon. They're sort of out of the way, pressured in between the Japanese civilization and us. So that should be fine for the time being. Spearmen can fortify. Very good. Okay, next turn we're going to exploit these woods. And in 2 turns we're going to recruit the builder in Antium to get the charge there. Alright. More builders in Washington. Perfect. We still need that catapult.
We can roam the
And
bloated
the Great
stacks
Library
of the
is
Library of
ours.
Alexandria, where all imagination and knowledge are assembled. We can recognize in its destruction the warning that all we gather will be lost.
Indeed, one of the greatest tragedies of history really is the loss of the Great Library. So many sources lost. Celestial navigation, shipbuilding, mathematics, construction, that's nice. Construction, so we actually don't really need the watermill anymore. We're going to build it in Ravenna anyways, because the production there is relatively low as it is. Okay. Ooh, interesting. We got another envoy for Zanzibar. Okay. Whole bunch of tech boosts. Okay. Rome needs to... We can build a watermill in 1 turn. Catapult in 3 turns. Probably let's go with a catapult. Because we need it now or as soon as possible, so let's go with that. Catapult in 3 turns, bring it down and start shelling Washington and attacking it. Good, good. We're gearing up for war with America. Very good. Very good indeed. Builders coming up from Antium very soon, and we're going to take up a whole bunch of these builders ourselves very soon as well. Heck, we might even attack Washington right now just to pick up all these builders for ourselves. That would be cool. Aha, missionary. The AI begins its war of religion right now. That's annoying. Okay. Could we declare war on... Could declare a formal war, declaration, Golden Age. I think we could just declare a formal war. Yeah.
If I must choose between righteousness and peace, I choose righteousness.
Of course you do, Teddy. Of course you do. Alright, and here we go. 1 builder and 2 builder. We're going to bring the archers and start bombarding Washington. And let's run the legions over... Let's avoid Baltimore as much as we can. So we're going to basically convoy the legions over to these 2 jungles, and then we're going to start attacking Washington from there. I know it's a little bit premature because the catapult isn't over here, but we can actually pull the archer from Antium, I think, over here. And that's 2 units of builders with 4 chargers. That's nothing to scoff at. Okay, and then here in Antium, I think we go with the watermill to improve our production in Antium. And at the same time, we can recruit the builder. With 4 charges, build a whole bunch of farms and plantations and camps. Excellent. This is actually going to be a very lucrative war. A very lucrative war of destruction. I still don't know what to do with Baltimore, because it's still busy building the campus if that's Baltimore's land. Might be Washington's land. We'll see. Very good. Right, obviously they're firing upon the archers. We might have to run the archers at her. Yeah. Denounce us all you want. This archer is promoted, so let's get them promoted to Arrow Storm. Let's get these builders out of here. And let's convoy these legions over to the advantageous position. Boo-hoo, I broke my pledge with America. Big deal. Okay, catapult in Rome very soon. And then actually I think in Ravenna, right after we build it there, we can actually get to work on the terracotta army, so I think we can actually switch Pingala back to Rome so that we can actually exploit these jungles and woods as well. So yeah, we're going to switch Magnus back to Ravenna. And then we're going to assign Pingala back to Rome, so that Rome could start building the theater square right there. Very nice. But it'll take him 5 turns, so... as well as Magnus 5 turns, so that should be fine. So let's get these builders in position to the woods and the jungles to start exploiting and getting the terracotta army constructed ASAP. And here we can build farms. Feudalism has been boosted, which is great. Great. Excellent. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to pull the archers back into the campus district and let the legions take all the fire. That'll probably be what we do. Yeah, let's pull them back. Let's bring these archers a little bit closer, and then we have the catapult north here. Can run down and occupy, so it's going to take a while to get here. Okay, farm there, and farm here. Then we're going to run over, get that camp. For Rome, we're going to wait for Pingala, so that's 4 turns. What could we make in 4 turns? I think we go with a builder. Or watermill. Let's go with the watermill. Watermill first. Though the builder would be good to improve all this land here, especially with all the mines in production. Watermill... Watermill, builder, watermill... Let's go with builder. More utility. Though we'll be able to get serfdom in 5 turns, so maybe actually watermill first, then builder. Or watermill, theater square, builder, something like that. Watermill first, yep. Well, let's denounce Poland back. I guess we can't. Oh well. Yeah, they're going to be shooting at our legions in Washington, so we're going to just fortify and let them tire themselves out.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire,
There we
water,
go.
gravel, and vinyl.
We're going to fortify. We're going to fortify, and then we have a trade route here to use very soon. We're going to skip the turn with this archer until the catapult gets here. Okay, do we risk sending a trade route to Muscat to get the quest done? Or do we keep sending it to places like Ravenna or Antium? It's just that if we go with Muscat, it's very likely that there's going to be a military emergency once we take over Washington, and Poland might join that military emergency. So I'm thinking, since we want to get the Terracotta Army produced as soon as possible, I think we still keep sending the trade route to Ravenna, and then we go from there. Okay. Science. What are we going to do with science? So we have access now to construction, which is everything that we needed. Now the question is, do we go sailing into celestial navigation? It's just that Antium isn't really a city prepared for naval expansion yet. So I'm thinking we actually focus, we go currency and into apprenticeship. And then afterwards we switch back to shipbuilding and sailing. Because once we get, first of all, currency, we need our own money base. And then apprenticeship will give us access to industrial zones as well as +1 production to all mine improvements, which is excellent, especially considering all these hills around Rome. Rome will just be a massive production powerhouse. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking apprenticeship and a currency, then into apprenticeship, and then we'll go into sort of a minor naval strategy into celestial navigation as well as shipbuilding to get us access to the quadrireme. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll take 18 turns, probably less in some time, actually. Alright, catapults is on the way. Legion, let's bring this Legion down closer to Baltimore. Because we're going to get a full surround if we have 4 legions. which is great. Oh, look at that plantation, all that food. So much food. Okay. Okay, let's run this builder here, and let's go get the ivory camp. And next turn. Yeah, the American civilization got nothing on our allegiance. Washington will fall promptly. Eureka 2 military tactics, that's quite nice. Kill a unit with a spearman. Probably not going to go to pikemen anyways. Okay, let's do this turn, and I think I'll call the episode there, since we've sort of headed towards what we're going to do here, which is war of extermination, shall we say. Okay, these builders are going to skip turn. This legion is actually going to pillage, just to get 50 health. Nah, let's just fortify. Oh, this is such a good position for a campus amidst all this rainforest. That'll be amazing. Okay, let's get that camp going. More gold, plus more amenities. And then we're gonna go get that stable produced. Okay, in 2 turns, Pingala can switch to the theater square, and then in 1 turn we can start producing the terracotta army. Actually, no, barracks, then terracotta army. Okay, fine. We'll build the barracks, then we'll build the terracotta army. Okay, at this point, I'm going to call the episode. I thank you all for joining me for episode 8 of Strategy and Stratagems Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Expansion. I hope everyone has a great morning, evening, night, or day, depending where you live. And I will see you next time. Thank you.